Yeah, because the scientist was saying you only need 10 parts of PVC in your system to fuck her.
So do that thing. The thing you wrote.
Are you?
Yeah, it's
You're
on.
gonna edit the other stuff on.
Why? Fucking vinyl? Are you kidding me? I mean, I probably won't even put it in, but...
Don't be bad mouthing vinyl. I want to read, actually, it's a letter that we received on chufflavors@hotmail.com. It says...
By the way, we should clarify that address for those of you who want to email in. Those of you who have a computer and know how to use that computer, the email address is what? What is it?
Chufflavors.
Chufflavors@hotmail.com. That's spelled Chuff, C-H-U-F-F. That's C-H-U-F-F, Chuff.
Lavers.
Lavers, L-A-V-E-R-S. Chuff Lavers.
all one word.
All one word, no spaces or anything. Chufflavors
At
hotmail.com. Chufflavors@hotmail.com.
It's a poem, Mommy!
The thing is that you're thinking, what the hell does that mean?
No, what the fuck does that
I'm
mean?
thinking, who chose the accessible email address?
Fuck you, Bicey.
Well, it's the name of our bowling team is the Chufflavors.
Chufflavors.
Because we are the ones who lave the chuff.
Lave the chuff. And they're fucking... We're washing the rude. We're
At time, we,
ass washers.
yeah, read what you want of it.
What, Springer?
Yeah, Dennis Springer.
Jerry Springer.
Jerry Springer.
Dennis Springer. D-Rock, actually, is how he said it.
He wrote that.
He wrote it. This is for real. So, he signs it, though. He addresses it to Walter Dude and Donnie. Now, that's classy, isn't it? Little Big Lebowski reference.
See, he's a fan of the Big Lebowski.
He's a fan. He knows that the Big Lebowski is the best bowling movie ever. And
I thought you didn't like it.
I don't like Kingpin.
Oh.
Lebowski rocks. Anyway.
I didn't like Big Lebowski.
So you'd have to like it better than Kingpin.
Well, I haven't seen Kingpin, but I trust that Lupe's judgment is probably...
So anyway, he says, last night after watching The Daily Show, my son and I started watching y'all on their public access channel. Sorry, I threw a little accent in there. Sorry, D-Rock. And then he adds
He does
also...
talk like that.
Okay. After a hard night of watching SmackDown, we found your show to be a great way for us to unwind. SmackDown. So I found it amusing, your uncanny ability to point out the mistakes on our town's daily paper. You probably know it now if you didn't before, but sweating small details like accuracy or presenting a fair two-sided story is not in the best interest of this area. And then he goes into a little bit about his kind of personal thing. I don't know if you want us to read that, D-Rock, so, I mean, you probably don't care, but you think we should just avoid that or go to the next thing or what?
You want me to edit on the fly?
Look.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, I mean, I don't...
Follow your heart.
Is it relevant?
Yeah.
You know?
No, it's probably
Is it
not.
funny?
But anyway, yeah, good point there, D-Rock. Is a personal example that was cited here, you know. I feel it important to let you guys know that while Schwann's is an easy target and guilty of their fair share of fascist behavior, they are ultimately not the ones that make the decisions in our small town. Like the mafia, Marshall is run by 5 families that think Marshall was a better town before, quote, the college and the Mexicans moved into town. On the other side of the tracks are the undesirable outlaw families.
A.K.A. Lupe.
From Texarkana, who have no social or economical standing. Hey dude, what's going on?
What the fuck is your problem with fucking Mexicans?
You're on TV here.
You're
No,
making
this-
a political statement and you got a problem with fucking Mexicans?
Not me.
Way to fucking go, buddy. Way to go.
No, he says...
Way to put your own dick in your mouth.
This is a guy who says
it's a
that
letter
some
that we
people in
received.
town think that. Anyway,
Go ahead.
we are... on the other side... Okay, read that again. We are a detriment to the wholesome lifestyle that is expected in southwestern Minnesota. The fact that you are all SSU professors that come from some of, quote, dem dare big cities
Hey, he's got a stick in his mouth.
makes you makes you unofficial members of the outlaw families. So as one of their official spokesmen, I say, welcome to Marshall.
What do you guys
Although I do not agree with everything that is said on your program, I've only
Wait a minute. He doesn't agree with everything
Yeah,
that's
we
said?
should ask him to clarify what he doesn't agree with.
Yeah, I don't think anyone who doesn't agree with everything we say should
Yeah, that's
be
trouble.
watching.
What do you guys say, dude? All right, so far, man.
Sounds good.
But he says, I do share some of the same beliefs. One, public access should be an outlet for public views to be expressed without restriction. Since you are all part of the public, well, I think you can figure out the rest. Two, censorship by 3 people on the channel that runs your program is ludicrous. But you live in a town where it's not uncommon for 3 people to make the rules. Don't believe it. Come on out to the Marshall Country Club and I'll introduce you to some of the good old boys. I worked there for a year, and I think that I could get you in with some of the butt fuckers out there.
Hey, language.
And when I say butt fuckers, I don't mean that in a good way either. Joe,
Is that a jab at us?
yeah, I think it's advice even. Point number 3. Point number 3. Joe, as a parent, I appreciate you giving voice to some parents who don't raise their children the same way as the, quote, concerned mothers that called in to complain. My son's concerned mothers. My son's favorite things to do with his dad is to listen to Jimi Hendrix and watch either The Big Lebowski or Animal House. If I'm just supposed to follow these mother rules, I guess I'm an awful parent. It makes me think of what a bad mother mine was, trying to install things like honesty and to take a stance on something you believe in, rather than being raised to become a repressed, date rapist, high school football player who fucked their own mothers for $1. It's harsh. The point to all this is, whatever this is to let you guys know that I appreciate you fellas being on TV. Like I said, appreciate. If there is no other usefulness being provided on your show than making the people of Marshall chafe, that is worthy enough for me. Offering another point of view that hasn't been said on one of the TVs, on the TVs of the, quote, the inbreeding capital of Minnesota. Now, this may be read and be dismissed as something lame or stupid. That's fine. It probably is nothing more than the ramblings of a person with a chip on their shoulder, but I just wanted to let it be known that I applaud you and your efforts.
Filming television.
Another story?
Yes, I have
Go
a good
ahead.
story. One more story about Tom.
Yo, Mikey.
It was years ago, he drove a van, and my dad was coming back from Cambia to Porter. And there he seen Tommy's van in the ditch. And Tommy's van, you know, his tires just a-spinning. Well, so my old man walks up, says, Tommy, what are you doing? And Tommy goes, how the hell are you running this fast? My old man just shut Tommy's truck off, or van, grabbed him, took him under his arm, opened up the back door, seen a car coming, went, Tommy hit the back seat, boom on the floor, and the car pulls up, Dad slams the door.
Midget dude named Tommy?
Tommy Jones.
I don't know what midget dude named Tommy, dude. Yours from Calvin Schultz?
But anyway, so the car pulls up, and everything was okay, so
Was it
they
truck
left,
driver,
and my
dude?
dad had Tommy laying on the back floor. But it was really funny.
It was a truck
So
driver?
what was he drunk?
Oh yeah, he was wasted.
Damn. I wonder.
He has like locks bolted onto his foot feet so you can reach him.
Playing again?
I'm fighting terrorism by painstakingly categorizing
Who's playing?
the most obscene things in America.
Look.
Our job just getting by with 9 kids and a wife. Hey, but I've been a working man dang near all my life. I just keep on working. As long as my 2 hands are fit to use. I drink my beer in a tavern and cry a little bit of these working man blues. I said, hey, working man like me. I ain't never been on welfare, and that's one place I won't be, 'cause I'll be working. I gotta buy my kids a brand new pair of shoes, Lord, Lord. I drink a little beer in a tavern and cry a little bit of these working man blues. This song goes out to all the working men.
Warmth of the pool. I mean, I don't believe that 85 degrees is the is the warmth of the pool that you should jump into. I mean, if you jump into something a little bit colder, you could possibly, you know, not have an erection.
Sometimes, I mean, I've had, my wife sometimes will take a part of a, like she'll cut up a lemon into say 4 pieces and then take 1/4 of it and put it in between my buttocks, like the cold part, you know, like the drippy part, like just wedge it in there a little bit, and in between my buttocks, not, you know, and that's not necessarily a sexual thing either.
But if you align your brakes in the back, I mean, if you put the shoes on yourself, it's going to cost you $100 less. But fuck that, what is it, Brad's One Stop or bullshit's going to charge you for putting a set of pads. I mean, they're just raping.
You know, I've tried for president of the whole, you know, I wanted president of the whole body, but I realized very early on that there's no way, because with, you know, the things I've said about smaller people, there's no way I'm going to get it, you know. I would like to say that
Fighting terrorists.
And I'm not doing a close-up on that Coke can.
a lot of, see, I think it's irresponsible to drink caffeine at this time. You're gonna be there, laying there all night thinking, should I kill my neighbors? What should I do? Should I whip out the porno or whatever? What do you do to get to sleep at that point?
Okay, talk about bowling or something.
Why don't you have another
bowling upstairs?
pink swirl or lemon schnapps or whatever it is you drink?
Strawberry daiquiri. I had one of those the other night. Put me in a coma. It's made me tired.
Yeah,
Made me sleepy.
those evil strawberry daiquiris.
Strawberry fucking daiquiris. Sweet but deadly.
And I was on this like high floor of the hospital, which bothered me also, because you always think, you know, people on the higher floors and people who are really fucked up. The guy next to me is like dying of cancer, obviously. He's like totally, and he's like, you know, he kept like, he was totally demented, and like he kept making, they'd bring the thing that you shit in around, put it under him, and you know, he'd be like, they'd come around and take it, and there'd be nothing in it, and he'd be like, he gave that poem, or, you know, tried to shit but only farted.
Here I sit all broken-hearted.
Tried to shit but only farted, and he's giggling, but he's totally out of his mind. And, you know, I'm like, oh, this is great. You know, and then they wanted to do a liver biopsy on me because my liver was so fucked up. You know, it was like they were getting enzymes in the liver that were like, you know, something very wrong in my immune system or something. That's what chronic fatigue does.
Isn't chronic fatigue usually a junk diagnosis, though, when they can't find
No,
anything
it's
else?
not. Well, the thing is that there are a lot of people who, chronic fatigue, if you really have chronic fatigue, you have to fit, like they have like 14 criterion, and if you don't have 10 of them or whatever, you don't really have it. You know, the trouble is that it became because of the name, I think.
There are people right now watching the show, like, just almost crying now. Can't believe it. That Joe almost died.
By this point in the show,
Everybody almost died.
by this point in the show, a lot of people are suspecting that they have chronic fatigue.
Right,
So
which is, you're wrong. You don't have chronic fatigue unless you like have a fever for 2 years. If you like sweat and shiver every day for 2 years, then go to your doctor and say, I might have chronic fatigue.
2 years?
But if you feel tired and lethargic, and that's it, you don't have chronic fatigue.
You're just a lazy ass.
You're depressed.
you have Lyme's disease. You know,
You could just be a
Lyme
bad
disease,
sleeper.
You could get more physiological.
There's a million reasons.
but you don't necessarily.
There's a million.
You're the expert on Lyme disease.
But now, if you get better, doesn't that prove that you didn't have chronic fatigue?
No. Chronic fatigue goes away. In fact, they're making advances in figuring out why it's